All right, here's your second attempt to get a win here. We're gonna see what we can do with this one. A bit of an easier team. There's more open spaces to attack into, so that's what I'm going to do. And we're gonna figure out the rest of the map from here. We're definitely going to take advantage of the Boulder versus Black Knight matchup at some point. And then, we're just going to figure it out as we go along. I've been also trying to update my defense for Astra season since it's been a bit of a bad showcase for the past couple of weeks, trying to figure out exactly how to put together the few pieces that I have. I feel like the key thing that is missing is oh my god, I literally just said it like 2 seconds ago. The thing that is missing is the thing that Black Knight has: reflex damage. It feels like in the current meta, and probably even moving forward, reflex damage is going to be very important to be able to take out anything, pretty much. I feel like of course, we're starting to see it more in unit builds when they come out. There are a couple of skills that already existed with it, but it's becoming more. It's like one of the key things that you want now, well, of course, for some time, in your weapon whenever it comes out. If you get it, you're probably going to be good, or if you already had it, you're probably going to be good in the future. So because they're like Malice, probably the OG Malice, she's probably going to get a refine at some point, and she's definitely going to get reflex in there since her seasonal version has it in some capacity, the reflective damage. So there's things that we have to look forward to when it comes to damage output in the future. But I'm wondering what new thing they will introduce into the game that will give us more damage than reflex. I mean, there are a lot of equations that you could put together that could potentially boost true damage, kind of like they did with Comet, where they just raised it from 150 from Astra to 200% now. So that's one thing, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do something like that for reflex and skills that boost damage. There's definitely going to be an upgrade at some point. I mean, we've been at 15% or 25 rather for some time now in terms of total stats from the weapon. So there's definitely going to be a jump at some point to 30, 35, maybe they just raise it to 26 because or maybe they won't even raise it at all and just start giving us more ways to get true damage. So there are things to consider in that regard, and I'm definitely looking forward to ways to do damage, because currently I'm stuck with reflex. If I don't have reflex, I feel like I can't kill anything, and that's one of the things that has been lacking on my defense. So I've been trying to figure out how to, ultimately, really what it's boiled down to is that I've decided to go with Black Knight on my defense, off-season Black Knight, because I have just been struggling to kill things, and not only in Astra season, but in light and dark season as well. Although, to be fair, there are ways to compensate for the lack of damage output by being a bit sneaky with Tree Man and Loki, removing statuses and then messing with the saves and stuff. There are ways around it in light and dark season, but for Astra season, when it comes to damage output, you're kind of stuck with having to rely on those heavy hitters, since there's no Embla or anything to inflate. Well, I mean, seasonal version, but you're not really going to run Embla for her killing potential. I mean, yes, so you inflict it undefended, but what happens if they just put Ryoma in front of you and you're just not able to outspeed him? It doesn't really amount for much having undefended on defense at this particular point, which is a crazy thing to say, because the saves, yes, they are strong, but Omni tanks are even stronger. So it's an interesting predicament where I was looking at something like Undefended, and I was thinking that this will be valuable far into the future, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So I don't know what will become of that. That's to be seen. But yeah, I feel like I had to go either two options. One, I didn't pull for the new Ash, so there's no way for me to get that support from her to give the reflex damage that way. But also, I don't think I think that's a drive. And usually with how defense works, you have someone that goes out and initiates within, usually they're not within 2 spaces, so you're probably not going to get the benefit out of that. So
good morning.
Yeah, don't have Ash. And then the other option is to have it on a status effect, and that's kind of what I went with putting Black Knight there and on the defense. So I feel like that's kind of what we're going to need. I don't have the rally option from that horse Nana. I don't have that, and I don't think I'm going to get the new peony. So I'm probably going to skip that banner as well, because I kind of want to finish. Like I said, I'm still halfway, 20 out of 40 for the legendary emblem, and I think I really would like to have that. I have to get that today so I can have it for defense, actually. Yeah, I want to have that emblem ring, just to make things a little bit more difficult for Astra Anima season. Not that you actually need the emblem ring, to be honest, because just having the reflex alone is enough to deter most teams from trying to tank. But it's good to have if you ever want to not run cancer control on someone in their C slot, I guess. I don't know, but I think it's valuable. Definitely something that I'll probably try to get. I'm gonna still try to get once I can get some more orbs. But for right now, I think I'm good for the foreseeable future until they release another unit that gives reflex at the start of turn. I think I'm going, as a status effect, I think I'm going to have to stick with Black Knight on defense for Astra season, even if he's off season, because I just need it to do damage. I tried the thing, like I said, with Nurgle. Didn't go too well because units were hitting so hard that you weren't able to counterattack to have the Essence Drain pop off. So yeah, that idea I feel like that idea it's an idea, but it needs a little bit more support. And I feel like maybe reflex is the way to go there, especially if you can start having Nurgle survive things, which I feel like I'm not sure if the damage reduction from reflex, or is it imbue rather, I'm not sure if it stacks with the damage reduction from Divine Nectar. I've seen the combination before, so I don't think it does, but it's there, and it definitely should help with making it more difficult to break through the defense in some capacity. I've been also trying to, what I've learned recently is that Harsh Command plus Harsh Command, both of those, they don't count as rally or movement assist. So I've been trying to build a rally trap around it, and it just has not been working. It actually works perfectly since I'm running Marth, and then sometimes there are debuffs. But because Marth, dual Marth gives out all stats up 7, you're just not going to get much better than that out of a rally. So you're left with movement assists, or to tuck him away in the corner somewhere where he's away from everyone. Kind of want him in the front, so it's a little bit difficult to do. So I was thinking that Harsh Command would allow me to get the additional movement from Divine Nectar. It does not work. It does not work with Divine Nectar. It does not work with the Kaya Ring. It does not work with what's her name?
Good morning.
Oh man, I'm blanking. It does not work with Veronica, the Tea-Time Veronica either. So none of those, if you equip Harsh Command and you try to run a rally trap, it will not work in the slightest, which sucks, because that's kind of the whole idea there, to cleanse penalties and then get going. And it's very interesting that it doesn't work with Veronica either, because she automatically gets the extra action from doing a rally or positional skill. So it just goes to show, I was trying to figure out what's going on, like why is this not working? Even with Divine Nectar it doesn't work, but they all have the same flaws, where it has to be either a rally or a movement assist. And I didn't realize that Harsh Command Plus didn't count as either one of those, which is the problem. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Can't drop Marth because he's too good. I feel like I need him on defense. He's just too good. And positionally, it's kind of a nightmare on defense. I don't know. That's something that I'm going to have to figure out before the season pops up. But yeah, that's defense building aside. We're pretty much done with this one, and we got the pots. It was a bit troublesome, which is why I like to avoid running too having to play 2 matches on the last day because something can always happen, and you can miss. If I had there was a brief second there where I thought about just face tanking both of those blue units, the Cav and the Sigurd and the Freyr, but thankfully I didn't, because I wouldn't have made tier 38 if I had taken that one. But let's play one more.